What would you say if you found out the taxpayers are paying for 160 sworn law enforcement officers that cannot protect you from most crimes?
Well, Kelly, that's exactly what Kevin Calwary and the investigators uncovered. And tonight, they're going to tell you why you're footing the bill as officers just stand by. Watch this.
High-ranking government officials are in danger every day, whether it's at home, at work, or on the road. Even sidewalks outside the White House aren't safe from the wail of gunfire. So when the president travels, the Secret Service calls on local law enforcement to help provide protection, as they did here in Coral Gables when leaders from all over the Western Hemisphere met to discuss economics and trade relations. But did you know that Florida is paying millions of dollars for law enforcement agents who can't even protect the president? In fact, in some cases, they can't even protect you. They can't because they're prohibited from enforcing all of the laws. At a time when legislators talk about getting tough on crime, these agents' hands are tied. These are some of the state of Florida's 160 sworn beverage agents. They look like police.
Grab that car.
They act like police. And if a crime is committed at a bar or a nightclub, they make arrests just like police. Are your agents trained for criminal?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Do they receive the same training as a police officer?
Yes, they do. They have to have police standards certificate and have to keep it up. Retraining is done constantly. Training in firearms done.
But despite all the training, once they step outside a bar, their powers are questionable. For example, at last month's Summit of the Americas, Fidel Castro wasn't the only man missing. So were the beverage agents. 50 of them were supposed to guard political leaders as they met and dined inside the Biltmore Hotel.
We were originally scheduled to go, and for some reason we were canceled. I don't know why.
The reason is simple. Beverage agents don't have full arrest powers, and that left the man in charge of Summit security scrambling to replace them.
Oh, yeah, we needed them, and we needed those 50, and we couldn't have operated without them.
The beverage agents were replaced by agents from the Freshwater Fish and Game Commission. No one is sure why the legislature didn't give the beverage agents full arrest powers when they created the agency, but the effort to fix the problem has now become so political that beverage agents won't even speak about it publicly.
It does seem odd, yes, but then again, those problems have to be worked out with someone of a higher authority than myself.
But some agents privately blame this letter. They say that when legislators called for beverage agents to have the same arrest powers most police have, this letter from the Florida Sheriff's Association killed the deal. It states, not only could this proposal be dangerous if a situation were to escalate, i.e. a shootout, but it could also be embarrassing. Pinellas Sheriff Everett Rice is the association's legislative chairman.
We were opposed to giving them full police power, so so they could run willy-nilly up and down the state and enforcing whatever laws they saw fit.
Rice says he supports any legislation that gives beverage agents more power to watch over the sales of alcohol and tobacco, but that's as far as it goes.
They're not sworn law enforcement officers of general police jurisdiction. If they want to be regular police officers, I suggest they go to work for a city police or a sheriff somewhere.
We are sworn law enforcement officers commissioned by the governor like any other sworn law enforcement in the state of Florida.
Meanwhile, people like Chief Butler say they can't believe that time is wasted squabbling about the issue while Florida leads the nation in violent crime.
There's a movement that we'd like to see all local law enforcements have at least countywide misdemeanor arrest powers, so if an officer's off duty, he sees it being a crime, whether it's a felony or misdemeanor, that he's covered by law and jurisdiction to take some type of action.
But right now, if you're walking down a dark street one night and someone attacks you, you better hope that someone other than a beverage agent is standing nearby.
So you'd have to walk by that crime.
I don't know where I could walk by it or not.
Guideline-wise, you're supposed to walk by.
Yeah, I suppose so. If it's call someone else,
So while law enforcement agencies repeatedly complain that they are outnumbered by criminals, remember there are 160 beverage agents trained at taxpayers' expense, just standing by. Kevin Calwary, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
Beverage agents we talked to said they are puzzled why they don't have full arrest powers when investigators for the state lottery and agriculture department do.
Coming up, more of the one-on-one interview with George